Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hey, today we are doing What If Naruto had the Details Matatabi Part 5. And also guys, just before this part starts, I just want to say that this will be shorter, around, I think, maybe only 25 minutes, as I do want to do some, do other stuff, plus I'm going to live stream tonight, so I'm not recording this at around 2 AM, 1 to 2 AM, like I normally do. So, yes, if there is any noise in the background, sorry guys, I can't really help it, as it is, well, still daylight, so, yeah. But hopefully there's not too much noise. And, yeah, let's get right into it. So in the last part, I believe we left off when Naruto was, I think, no, it was just like, I think it was the end of the tuning exams. Not sure. Can't quite remember, but yes, if I have forgotten anything, I'll just randomly, skip to the tsunade to retrieval art. Please tell me down below, but otherwise, we'll get into the next arc of the series, which is the, as I just said, the tsunade retrieval arc, which I think I may just be able to fit into this whole part. Yeah. But yeah, so, of course, as July goes, because after the funeral, July goes to Kushina and now Reue. Yes, Reue. Because I just remembered that Reue was on a monthly thing. Anyway. Yeah. So July goes to them and goes, Reue, my mum, she's at home. Jiraiya. Okay, can I talk, can I talk to her? It's like, well, I need to talk to both of you, as this will be, important. It's an important thing that I need to talk to you and your mum and papa, and expect to talk to both of you at the same time, and explain it to one and then the other. So, okay, Jiraiya. And so, they get home, and he goes, Mum, I've got Jiraiya say he wants to talk to me and you about something. And she's like, yeah, okay, well, I don't really know if they have a front room, but that's where they'll be, the front room. And because Jiraiya just explains that, the villagers nominated him to be the 5th Hokage, and because Jiraiya says, Jiraiya's like, but I turned it down because I've got my spy network and that, my other, stuff, my spy network and that I have to do instead, so I was looking for another candidate, and I was thinking, well, why not either you, or I could go out with Ryu and find Tsunade. Kushina thinks this over and it's like, well, as much as that used to be my goal, right now I just want to look after my daughter, my child, my daughter's son, if that makes any sense. It's like, yeah. Well, if I'm going to go out and find Tsunade, I'd like to bring Ryu with me so I can do some training with her. Well, trainer and something. And yeah, I never got to watching part 3, guys. So, still not sure, but this is when she learns the Rasengan. So, yes. She, and like, try to go, so you can go now, like, I've still got to talk to your mum about some stuff, but we'll be setting off, like, tomorrow, because the funeral's just happened, so we'll set off the next day. So, okay, like, Julia, and Ryu goes off to look for, Ryu goes up into her bedroom. Well, no, so he goes out to the park, let's say, yeah, and Julia is like, well, I'm going to teach a jutsu, and that jutsu will be the, Rasengan, and Kusa's like, you sure, Julia, like, I feel like it, you may be like, like, Russian is like, yeah, but she's also my granddaughter and my grandson. And, well, I want to protect, and to know that, she's got at least like, a run jutsu under her belt. And if possible, she may be able to actually do something that, Minato never could, and none of us could, which was actually complete the Rasengan and, upgrade it from its A rank to S rank. Like, it's, actually, I think they said it was around an S rank jutsu. No, that was, doing the thing. Yeah, so it's in high A rank. Yeah. And, if she can complete it, she'll be the only one currently that will be able to use her Rasengan at its full potential. And, having someone like that, plus she can use the flying hygiene. Yeah, she's going to be if there's another war that breaks out, and she's got, she's got Matatabi, the two tails, she's going to be nigh unstoppable, because, no one's going to be able to stop her. Maybe only, Kurama, because, you've got the tsunade rocks, so only you, but even then, and Kurama's like, I don't think I may be able to stand up to that. I couldn't stand up to the 4-4 don't forget, and, I'm so back in there, mind you, I'm not so to a planet now, I'm just in a chamber, which is nicer. And, yeah, and, she'll be able to use the full Rasengan, plus, Matatabi, going to the Matatabi state, and flying hygiene, yeah. She's going to be named as the blue flash of the leaf, or the orange blue flash. Yeah. Orange, you may stand a chance, but if you see a blue, run for your life. Just drop whatever you're doing and run for your life. Yeah. And Jiraiya's like, do you think she'll be that strong? I think she'll be even stronger, Jiraiya. But we'll just have to wait and see, isn't it? Yeah, so, I think she wants to come with me. I'm pretty sure she's actually really wants to come with me, because she does want to learn more jutsus. It's yeah, she can go with you on one condition: you don't dare touch her or look at her in any ways, Jiraiya. And Jiraiya knows what she's like. She's like, why did I do that? She's my goddaughter. Jiraiya, fine, I won't, promise. Yeah. It's jeez, I think she'll be even more scary than Tsunade. Yeah. And of course, mind you, at that time, Ryu was coming to look for Kakashi to see, like when they like if they would be doing any missions, and she finds Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, Ryu, what brings you here? So I was just thinking, like, will we be doing any missions, as I'll be leaving with Dry tomorrow to find the fifth Hokage, to hunt down, I think, Tsunade and make her the fifth Hokage. Like, so I'll be out of the village. I just thought you'd, battle of none. He's like, no, we won't be, as there's no Hokage, so we all have to stay in the village and protect it. And it's like, okay. And then she goes off to the park, and like, I think she's just wandering about, and she happens to run into Ino and Sakura. I don't think I can say her name though. Sakura. Yeah. We runs into both of them. And she's like, hi you two. So, how are you? Like, what brings you here? Just walking about? Yeah, like, I'll be going on a mission tomorrow with Jiraiya. Why are you going on that mission with Jiraiya tomorrow? Yeah, to find Tsunade and make her the fifth Hokage. And they were you're so lucky you get to go with Jiraiya on the signing, and fight and meet another signing. He's like, it's not that good. Plus, Jiraiya's my godfather. He's a what? Both their mouths dropped to the floor hearing that. Jiraiya is Ryu's godfather. Is like, yeah, my mum and my dad, when my mum was pregnant with me, they told Jiraiya that, they would use my name and that he would become my godfather. It's like, oh. Your godfather from the Sanin? Oh my god. You're so lucky. Yeah. And also, don't forget, I believe I said, does have feelings for, the male side of Ryu. Naruto. Yeah. And Naruto has some feelings for her. And, Sakura wasn't really doing much, so those three just go out for a nice, the last day maybe for a bit of time in the village, because we just got the mission with Jiraiya. And then of course, goes to the next day, and Jiraiya's like, well kid, you ready? It's like, yeah, I'm ready. I will be to try and find Tsunade. And they set off. Mostly training goes the same when it comes down chakra and that, and Jiraiya tells Ryu thing. But what is different is that she does, because she does use another shadow cone to train with it. She figures out, wow, if I'm having trouble doing keeping the power and the rotation, why don't of course starting it off, then once it's off you just supply chakra. So it's well, if I'm having trouble with spinning it out first, why don't I go around and making shadow clone to spin it, and then of course by the twice I just have to keep it compressed and give it chakra, which is quite easy to do. So and that's what it seems to do, and Jiraiya is surprised. And the like what's it called? Can't think of it. No, not Kakashi. Like Sasuke still goes out to find Naruto, Ryu, because what happened in the village with the, I can't remember, the rogue ninja, and like how that they're going after Ryu, so he goes after them, like goes after, and I think still happens the same with like Ryu and like Might guy still ends up like kicking Dry in the face and taking Sasuke back to the village. Mind you, he's also under a kenjutsu. So yeah, Dry and Ryu then end up finding her in the bar that she wasn't canon. Right, she wasn't canon. This is, mind you, they've found her. I'd say they've found her maybe like a good, like, I think a day before, a day before, and it seemed like she like, dries out what he is, and then opens the door and is like, tsunade, and we goes, that's right, so is tsunade there? I don't see her. It's like, look, Ryu over there. Goes, with that pig. Yes, with a pig. With a pig for some reason. But yes, over there. So again, Dry goes over, and same stuff kind of goes on hand, and that leads to the fight outside where they just argue about, that the Hokage are pointless, or like they're weak and the other stuff, and like Ryu's had enough of it, and Dry knows that if Ryu goes full two tails, Dry knows that Ryu can win, but if she actually go all the way to using, Matatabi, either the Matatabi cloak or go for Matatabi state, is something else, but he knows, she's also got the flying Raijin, so she just has to throw down all the kunai and do that, and she now knows the Rasengan, which I would say Dry has told her, if you are it's like sparring with someone, don't make the compassion too strong, because it can kill. Like, the normal compassion that we'll use is generally like enough to kill someone, so if you lighten it up somewhat, like not make it as compressed, it won't do as much damage to them, but it will definitely surprise them. And if Fukushi's like, oh, you can't do it properly, the Bible will just show her how big you can actually do it, and that will soon quiet her down. Not quiet her down. I would start speaking of her. Or tsunade. Anyway, it goes back to finding that she throws all the kunai against fun. And she's like, what are you like? What are you doing? No one hit me. What are you doing? And so she really she then glances at one of them that's on the floor, like got close to her, and she's like, "That's the flying thunder god, the flying light gene." No, she can't. Does she know that? And like, and then she's like, "I thought the fourth Hokage and Kushina had, like, I thought Minato and Kushina had a baby boy, Night Girl. What's going on?" And I go, "Well, if you come back with us and become the fifth Hokage, I'll explain everything." Even though I think Kusanagi is probably the better one to explain everything. Like, no, I won't become the Hokage. And it's like, well, anyway, I think you'll lose anyway, so yeah. Like, I won't lose to a kid, Jiraiya. And she's just getting more and more angrier with years, and then Ryu's starts teleporting fast, like hitting her, and that. She isn't really managing to keep up. And then, like, next thing she hears a Rasengan, and she's like, "Shit, knows that jutsu." And just as she gets her finger to, fling her back, she said, "Oh, you got a finger." It hits, but because it doesn't, it's not designed to kill, and she just thinks she hasn't managed to, fully master it. And she's like, "I hit you." It's like, "Yeah, but you haven't mastered that jutsu." It's like, "I have. I just let up the compression so it wouldn't kill you." "What do you mean I'm not as easy to kill?" "Oh, you are. Like, to me, I could kill everyone here in one shot, tsunade, so I'd be careful." So, "Oh yeah, kid?" No, he's bragging. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that I could wipe out everyone in this area instantly. So be careful, Tsunade. And they quickly, take that fight to a forest. So if she does go to Tao State, she isn't going to destroy a town, she's just going to destroy a good chunk of a forest. Yeah. And, next thing, Tsunade sees is that she's got, like, one tailed, and Tsunade's like, she still thinks she can beat her, but with her speed increased even further, and now the orange is starting to, like, fade away into, of course, a blue. Yes, because the blue and the crimson blue is flaring up, so it's going blue and black, and that's all she's seen. It's like in a almost bluish black fire from where she's been, and she's rapidly teleporting faster than she's even seen before, and just before she's about to almost kill her with a Rasengan, incredibly strong. And so I was like, "Wait, don't kill her." So she stops like that. You got lucky. Yeah, I can't remember. You got lucky, Tsunade. Like, what do you mean? Just look behind you. She sees just how close the Rasengan was to hitting her. Yeah. And Ryu disbands the Rasengan and just walks around and goes, "If I didn't tell her to stop, you would have been killed by now." "No, I wouldn't." "Well, why don't you show what you can actually do?" And she's like, "Okay, Jiraiya." And goes, like goes into like the cat sage mode and makes a huge Rasengan. It's like, this isn't the strongest I can do. The strongest one isn't really actually a Rasengan, it's a Toad Beast Ball. Yeah. It's like, what do you mean that isn't your strongest one? Like, yeah, this is the strongest Rasengan I can make currently, but it's not my strongest thing I can do. It's like, she want, it's like, wow, that still looks weak to me. And she then goes, fine, I'll show you my strongest one. And Dry's like, no, don't. So what, I'll only destroy the forest. And there's no villages out here. So, fine. Just a small one, so it destroys, right, it doesn't destroy all of the forest. So, fine, Jiraiya sensei, fine. And she goes for like 2 total states. She's like, yes. And Jiraiya goes, yes, she's the Jinchuriki of the 2 tails. And a perfect Jinchuriki, may I add. And she's like, tell Beast Ball it's a small one. And it just hits the, flying door. You just see them like just vaporizes like half the forest. And she says, it's like, now, do you yield? Or would you rather be killed? She's like, I thought you was meant to make, I thought you was here to make me think about becoming a Hokage. Yeah, but I don't have to. Like, if this fails, Jiraiya's gonna have to take up the mantle of becoming the 5th Hokage. I don't mind Jiraiya becoming the 5th Hokage, even though he's a pervert. At least, at least he'll become it if nobody else is willing to, right? And he's like, yes. And I think the only main reason why Jiraiya didn't become the fifth Hokage was because of his spy network. If he didn't have that, or like someone else already took over his spy network, he probably would have become the 5th Hokage, no doubt. Yeah. And she's like, fine, I'll go back with you. I can see I lose, but let's stay here one last time. And she does, and like they have a run-in with I can't remember his name now. The snake person, Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was like, Jiraiya, I see. It's like, Orochimaru and tsunade and a kid. Have you tried a baby? You think? It's like, no, she's not your child. She looks like the 4th Hokage's child. How interesting. Yeah. And like, which one is I was just like, dang it, they got to her fast. Yeah. And yeah, cause I'm getting near like cannon, Orochimaru had his hand sealed away. And he's just like, bang it. And like, the battle kind of happens in canon, just not like a week. Like, this is just a week ahead of time now. And the battle goes the same. But instead of, Ryu doesn't get cut because of, just then having the, mastering the Rasengan just then. she ends up, like, when Jiraiya, like, he tries doing these summoning jutsu and it fails, and she goes, Jiraiya, why don't I take him on, like, I can go, I can, go, like, in Matatabi can take him on. It's like, you sure? Like, you sure? He's like, yes, I'm sure. And it's like, okay then. And what you see then is how, like, just, like, Matatabi and, because she go, like, it's like, Matatabi, we're gonna have to fight one of the three signing. It's like, this is going to be nice. Yeah. And the fight breaks out. She ends up winning Kabuto and Orochimaru's lined up retreating. And yeah. And you're like, what about Sasuke? Like, Sasuke does have the curse mark. Well, he's still gonna want a battle because like Ryu around in canon Naruto was the one that brought tsunade and never got placed under the Genjutsu, and he's wanting to know like what's so special about him, like like why the people want to come gather what's so special about her. Yeah. That's what was coming through his head. Like he comes back. She comes back with and like she's then like she says like where Sasuke is and that, and Sasuke wakens up. She does Kakashi and that. Yeah. And then I'm not sure if I said about like Lee, I can't remember. I think that fight went the same, so she still goes to Lee and says the same thing. And he's like Sasuke, he isn't, he's wanting to know what's so special about, like, he knows he knows that she's the, like, the Jinchuku of the Two Tails, but he knows so what's so important about that. And yeah, like he's just filled with like anger because she's so strong and that. So he wants to duel with her. Yeah. And yeah. And yeah. Fight roughly goes the same size when it comes to like when she's I can't remember. Sakura, shouts stop, and Kakashi ends up throwing both of them into a water tower each. But yeah, instead Kakashi only throws and it ends up throwing Sasuke into the water tower, and because Naruto just Ryu just goes lands, because as she said stop, she realised Sasuke had almost an intent to kill with what he was using the jutsu, and so she used her chakra change to into the ground. She flung it into the ground, pulled it down. So she got very close, but lucky enough, Cassie ended up flinging him into the water tower, and he ends up moaning at, telling him off, that wasn't a size that you'd aim at a comrade, and if you was just sparring, you was going to kill her, wasn't you? And he goes off, and and guys just like, what's just going on? It's like he tried to kill me, Gugasi. It's like, yeah, what about you? You can't say much. It's like, well, even though it looked like I did intend to kill against him, I didn't. It was the Sangon, but the compression was a lot less, so all it had done was sting him at the least. So it's you could say yes, it was the imperfect form, but it's just the compression's not as strong, and the rotation on compression isn't as strong, so it doesn't actually rip through the skin. And it's like, I guess that's a good thing to be able to do with it. And don't forget, plus I've got the flying gene, and also I can go Matatabi state. So I think he was just angry that how I used to be in the place in the academy, and not being strong in that, it's making him angrier, and that yeah, I think it is. And so guys, I'm gonna end it here in part 6 of this. Whatever, we'll be looking at the Sasuke retrieve arcs that does still happen, but of course he doesn't have the cast mark, so instead so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Sorry for the short episode, or part I should say, because it's not an episode, it's a part. So sorry for it being short, and I will see you in the next one. If you have enjoyed it, if you enjoyed it and you want to see more what ifs and games just like this, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, in the next video. Bye.